Good thing I didn't kill myself. Hello! Tonight on Pretty Good Cooking, we're gonna make banh mi sandwiches! One of the better sandwiches in life, but also one of those sandwiches that professional chefs and TV personalities like to really jerk off about. Like, oh man, it's the best sandwich, it's totally more than a sandwich, even though it's just a f***ing sandwich. So, to start, we're gonna make some pickled vegetables to go on the sandwich. This is typically carrot and daikon. Daikon is an Asian radish that grows like your arm. If my arm was a radish. Please superimpose a daikon over my arm. The store we went to didn't actually have that, so we're going to use some other stuff instead, but it's the same effect. So let's get going. Here I've got a watermelon radish, which I've never used before, but I think it looks like a daikon. The sticker on it's all f***ed. I'm just gonna peel it anyways. I wonder if this is just a daikon and they just called it a watermelon radish for some stupid reason. That totally looks like a daikon to me. That's probably why it's called watermelon. We're also going to use a couple of icicle radishes, which kind of look like carrots to me, and some conventional carrots. Here I have a couple of them. Alright, we're going to peel everything into my sink. I'm lazy. Banh mi was possibly requested by somebody, but we couldn't figure out who it was. And also, Mercedes requested it, so, okay. Nice job, Mercedes. These are small and dumb. Oh, I peel part of them, because otherwise there'll be nothing left of it. Hey, what the hell are you supposed to do with these? I guess substitute daikon. Oh, cool trick. Alright, we need to matchstick these. So for our watermelon radish, whoa, cool! So, I'm gonna julienne or matchstick or whatever you want to say. It's cool that we got this very colorful thing. That'll be fun. These will go in our bowl here, pickle bowl. And what we're making are not true pickles. They are quick pickles. You could call them Quickles. Or, since I'm Phil and I'm making them, you could call them Phickles. That's like a free marketing consultation right there. You'll sell millions. Phickles with a PH. You could put my mug on it. Yeah, I'm just julienning everything, so you probably don't want to watch this entire process. So, you'll see how it looks in a minute. You will. I promise. We'll be back. Here's my bowl of vegetables. They're ready to become Phickles. Copyright, trademark, all rights reserved, limited liability corporation. To this, we need to add a crap load of sugar, some rice vinegar, and some salt. A proper ratio would be a quarter cup sugar, a quarter cup rice vinegar, and a tablespoon of salt. But we're gonna eyeball it. Kosher salt. Thank the Lord. Cheap ass rice vinegar here. Yeah, we'll toss them up. It's stanky. It's good. Stanky ass pickles. Ass pickles. Ass pickles. We're gonna let those sit out at room temperature for about an hour while we work on other stuff. A banh mi is really a category of sandwich in that it's not a single series of ingredients that define the sandwich. The one we're making tonight will have pork meatballs. Yum, yum. Let's make the meatballs. I got a bowl here. Look deeply into the bowl. Here's a pound of ground pork. Make sure to remove that paper. To this, we will add a load of basil, which we will finely mince. Just an absolute ton of basil. We can chop this any way we want. I really don't care. You shouldn't care either. So that's quite a bit. Here I've got some fresh garlic. It's purple because it's probably some heirloom variety. And the cloves are absolutely massive. So we need about 4 cloves, but these cloves are so large I'm gonna count them as 2 cloves each. If you wanna use pre-minced, I won't judge you. I've done that a time or maybe like 100 times on the show. Done it so many times. Yeah, I'm pretty good at this. So it's so large that really we could almost like mince it like an onion. Or if you wanted to, you could use a garlic press. Again, I won't judge you. Oh, garlic. Hold it together. See, that's fine. Next up is 3 green onions, fine minced. I'm kind of worried these meatballs will have too many vegetables in it. Might be vegetable balls, which that doesn't sound too great. From time to time, it might be good to mix up your veggies, just to make sure everything's getting nicely coated. You want them to be flexible without breaking, so like that carrot can bend better than it did before. Nice job. These spoons aren't labeled. I'm not using these. Whatever, we'll eyeball it. All right, now we're gonna add about a tablespoon of fish sauce. A tablespoon we will call that, which was like 8 glugs. Some sriracha, about a tablespoon. Some sugar, again, tablespoon. Now we need some cornstarch. It's about 2 teaspoons, which is really about a tablespoon. That was way more, but no problem. And some salt. And we're gonna mix everything together with our hands. You could use a spoon if you're a bitch. No problem. It smells nice. It's really nice. It smells like raw meat and seasoning. After a long, hard day, I like to relax with a facial mask of raw meat and seasoning. On my face. All right, it's all mixed together. Don't give it a taste. You're gonna have to temporarily wash your hand just because you didn't set up things. So basically we need a pan to meatball these out. It's time to make your meat into balls, therefore making them meatballs. And with this we would like to introduce a new PGC segment called Phil Does Tedious Things But Not in Real Time. The first one we'll do in real time. Take a small amount and make a ball. Holy f***. There's one. The perfect amount. Sesame Oil! Can you make that like anime as hell? Time to fry a meatball! So I gotta put these in a pan to bake after we fry them. Oh! No! That was so close! Sesame oil in a pan. I don't know what that white shit is in the pan. Please just disregard it. About medium heat. Additional parchment paper. Preheat your oven to about 300 degrees. Actually, no. Yeah, 350. So we're gonna fry some meatballs and then transfer them to a pan and finish them in the oven. You might want to spray your parchment paper just in case. Get a little fluorocarbon on that. Hydrofluorocarbon, fluoride, carbon, hydrate, noxane, your butt. Hail Hydra? The ozone? What?
Tonight's episode of PGC is brought to you by the letter Silly. That's C, L, and Y all together. That's one letter.
I want you guys to know what the cameraman's drinking tonight. I won't even touch it with my hands. Steel Reserve Red Punch. 8 alcohol by volume. How much is left? Almost none. He drank that in like 20 minutes. Sesame oil, we're trying to coat the pan. And we're gonna gonna saute the meatball and get a little bit of color. This is not to cook them all the way through, we're just trying to get a little color. I gotta tell you, the secret to good balls is just dip them in oil first. I didn't need it. That was a balls joke. Sorry, Mom. While we are doing that, and also while they're in the oven, we will prep the rest of the things for our banh mi's. You're gonna need some fresh sliced jalapeno. This is one of those big ass jalapenos that like probably full of steroids, probably juicing. Very thin slices, very thin. The typical way to do it is just how I'm doing it now. But if you want to impress your friends, you can cut things on the bisect. Which you'll waste like part of the pepper at first, but eventually they'll be like, oh my god, how did you get these long, thin jalapenos? That must have been the widest jalapeno that you ever picked. And you'd be like, I got it from the Kroger. Kroger is a great place. They make cheap sodas like Big K. This is like way than more enough. Already smells like they're cooking too fast for my taste. Oh god. We're gonna put a lid on them. And the reason why is that I want them to steam a little bit. When they steam, they'll start to cook on the outside. We'll probably get less desirable outside, but it'll make it easier to get them off the pan and they won't fall apart. And I really don't like when things fall apart when I'm trying to cook them, such as that ramen episode, ramen french fries, which I just about lost my shit. But thanks to movie magic, You didn't even know how pissed I was, other than the rapidly decaying state of my hair in that episode. Did I spit on the camera? As you can see, the bottom side is either caramelized or burned, so it's time to flip them. And then when those are done, we'll put them on the pan, and we'll bake the whole thing. That's great. Also for your sandwich, you'll need cilantro. So here's some cilantro, wash it up. You can give it a chop if you want, but really, I'm used to eating banh mi's, but I didn't chop it at all. Okay. Oh, no, we gotta get some cucumber. Almost forgot the cucumber. So we'll get some slices of cucumber here. You can slice this however you want, as long as it's in thin strips. Another thing that's optional is sliced onion, which I actually really like onions, so I might do that. Well, no, we'll skip that. No onions tonight, boys. We don't need it. Nope. I changed my mind. We want onion. I want an onion. Did you know that you can spell the word fun with all the letters in onion if you add an F? Think about it. Just let that wash over you. Just let it sink in. Don't worry about it. A little white onion here. I'm gonna cut it this way. Very, very thin slices. Anyways, there's our toppings. Last but certainly not least, we need to make our sauce, which will be a mayonnaise sauce. I've also had these with butter. Apparently you can use avocado. That sounds like some kind of Californian propaganda. But you must use real mayonnaise. Real mayonnaise. We need some kind of bowl to put this in. This will do fine. Lots of mayo. Yum, yum, yum. To which we'll add sriracha. Congratulations, you've made a spicy Asian aioli. Mix it on up. If you wanted, you could add some lime or some onion, hoisin sauce, really anything at all. Not bad. I watched another YouTube video of some nice lady named Honeysuckle who had this voice that was like the exact midpoint between very cute and extremely annoying. She said use Magi Sauce. Magi Sauce! That's the dank shit! So we're gonna put a little bit of that in there. Magi Sauce, I think, is soy sauce with a little bit of wheat product in it, so it's like extra savory. Meatball, transferring these to the pan, which we will equally place by moving it around. Go in the oven until they're done. I don't know how long that will take, so we'll try like 10 minutes or so. Banh mi's are supposed to go on baguettes. We got batards instead, because they look good. Yum yum. We're gonna take that bread, slice it open. Okay, so there's your sandwich. This is a big ass sandwich. I recommend removing some of the bread and eating it. One, so you can have a snack, but two, because you're gonna need more room in the sandwich. You want some? That's tasty. Nice job, bread. Okay, there we go. I feel like I've been kind of a disgusting human being on this episode. So you're gonna wanna warm up your bread. So you got the oven already cooking these meatballs. Put it in the oven. That won't take long at all. We're almost ready to assemble our banh mi. Me banh. So one moment, please. Get your bread! Oh shit, that was a close one. We almost lost the bread. There's your bread. Here's your meatball. Oh, very nice. Time to slather your bread in the sauce. Use a spatula. Oh, baby. Gotta put a happy little sauce over here. Happy little sauce over there. That's plenty. All right, now it's time to load up the meatballs. We could put them in the trough. Actually, I feel like that's a good place for them. Well, we got like all these other meatballs, so I'll probably just add a couple more periodically. We don't want to overload, you know. Now it's time for our pickles. These we put over the top. Some of that cucumber. You could pickle this too if you wanted to. Some onion if you wanted. Jalapeno. You pretty much just put a line of thin sliced, like I just did. And a crap load of fresh cilantro. Don't use any other kind but fresh. That would be dumb. Now we carefully close our banh mi. And you want to cut it in half because the food bloggers say you gotta get a cross section, so try not to f that up. But there you go, banh mi cross section. Looks f***ing good. I want to eat it. That's really good. I have to make these on the regular. Thanks, Mercedes. Pretty spicy. Hopefully John's not gonna be a wimp. Hope you enjoy. Have a nice time. All right, time. You really like the close-ups of the mouth to the point of it being like, get the f*** out.